Hello, hello, everybody, and welcome to round 5 of Series 2 of the 2025 Sim Racing Online World Series Championship, the year-long quest for the Cup. We are today at the street circuit of Baku and Azerbaijan, however the heavens to Betsy you're supposed to say that. Anyway, we are in for a treat today. We have 18 cars on the grid racing for the championship. Remember, this is Series 2 of a 4-series year-long quest for the Cup. So, without any further ado, let us get caught up on exactly what has been going on here. So, I'm going to show you some of the scores. We've got the leaders coming up here and some of the cars that we are using today. So, as you can see, in the GTE Championship, Roman Granatovich has that pretty strong lead over Jean Vandergeest in second for gear, and Edward Jones in Bad Voices Racing holding third place with his consistency. He has found himself up there in place. Tony Televite just behind him with Gilles da Silva. Also, three of the gear drivers here today. Mark Heitree, notable for Flying Crowbar Racing, is down there in seventh. Peter Villar, Julien Paz, and Joe Brown bring up the rest of those. And we do have a new driver today. Richard Charlesworth is also in the Porsche GTE today. Then over on the P2 side, Nick Westy has that lead over Carl Middleton. And then Black Cat Motorsports, of course, leading at Ace Motorsports. Carl Middleton, part of our sponsor, which is Middleton Transport. If you need anything moved and you're in the UK, you got to get a hold of Middleton Transport to handle your delivery needs of whatever it might be. Then you see Robin Taylor, of course, Nick Westy's teammate, holding third place there. So Black Cat Motorsports is kind of in the driver's seat with Ace just kind of sliding it in there. Then you have Matej Descobaler, Team Solitude, Peter Jones, Philip Hischler, Michael LaBelle, Carl Stroha, Costas Cantazores in ninth, and Lewis Middleton, other Ace Motorsport teammate, currently in 10th. So there you have the info for what's coming up. So with that said, let's get a look as we squeeze down the last few minutes here of practice before the actual quali begins. Get a look at any kind of times these guys are putting up. We've got about 5 minutes here to kill in the last laps of practice. So the clock was reset, so these are going to be some fresh times going out. Let's get a look at this insane street circuit. This is going to be some crazy racing. I think it's the second longest circuit we're going to have. At 6 kilometers, 3-something miles. It's huge. We see a current lap time. It's right around 2 minutes. I think the best time so far is Matej Descobaler in the P2 with a 2.02.5. He has the fastest lap on track in practice. And let's just, if he's out there, let's jump on with him and get a look at how this track is gonna, how this baby pans out. So this is I guess it's turn 2 because he just came out of the pit, coming down this long straight, well, semi-long straight. The opposite side of this, coming back towards the pit lane, is the longer of the two. And then you have this tight left-hander right here. Extremely technical section coming up here. Another hard to the right. And then we're coming through this little straight up to one of my favorite parts of the track is the Maiden Tower section, where you can see the old castle still there today. It'll be right up here. This will be their next little section here. They're going to hang a right, another tight right-hander. So this sector is particularly tough, and there's going to be a lot of incidents here. As looks like he's getting around. Oh, hello. Well, it looks like practice has run out, and we are going straight into quali, but we are a little bit early, unless we had an incident there. I would assume that timing has run out. That's what I'm assuming. So let's just see what's going on here. It's a little bit early, see if I can keep you from having a strobe attack. But there we have a shot of the pits. Yeah, so it looks like he started qualification. We're about 5 minutes early, but I guess that's okay. Nobody's going to care. um, let's see. We're going to bring up the qualification boxes. And who was that fastest lap out there? We're going to see who gets out there first. Carl. Everybody's still in the pits as of now. There we go. I hear somebody firing it up. Okay, that would be Nick Westy, our points leader. So let me set this. There we go. Heading on his out lap, you can see that he is on the softs. Most of the guys are going to use softs for their qualification. Trying to get a shot here from the hood cam. I got a couple cool different views here to choose from. We see Westy's in that P2, the uncovered version, so he's got the open cockpit. Heads out. Let's go. While he's out, let's check out Roman Granatovich driving the Porsche this week. Also on his out lap. Had a great battle with Tony Televitier right here, who's right behind him. So that Porsche battle 2 weeks ago was really, really good. I'm sure we're going to have more of that today. Let's see, Peter Villar is also driving the Porsche. So this is almost like a little Porsche Cup. Yeah, De Silva also in a Porsche. Jean Vandergeest is in a Porsche. Let's see, Ed Jones, I believe, was in the Chevy last week. I think he is. And Richard Charles was also in the Porsche. So we have the Porsche Cup with just the exception of Joe Brown, I believe, and Ed Jones, which are still in the pit. So that said, let's get a look at who's who here. Here is Nick Westy. He's going to come down. Here's that back straight I was telling you about. This is the longest of the two straight. The pit entrance is going to be right here on the left. And then you just keep your foot on it until you're hard on the brakes to get into what is turn one right here out of the pit. And so he is on a time lap now. Here is our first time lap coming up. There's actually a couple guys ahead of him. Tony Televitier and Roman in the GTEs are just ahead of this, and I believe so is Richard Charlesworth. Oh, hello. We got a little lag going on there. How's it going? So that was a quick return to the pits. So, yeah, let me get this fixed up for you. Everybody's in the pit. So I think we have a server issue. This is not good. Showing everybody in the pits. The clock has gone down to warm up. I think Vandergeest is setting it up because that was not supposed to be the official Wally. So I believe what's happening now is John is going to restart the server because he bumped it into warm up. There we go. Okay. Yeah. So this is one time when the technical difficulties are not my fault. I did not cause this time. I am not, however, innocent of issues happening. So that said, as I said before, quali was early. It is 59 minutes before the top of the hour when quali is supposed to start. So I'm sure now we are going to roll it over to the qualification session. That said, let's find. There we go. Clock is still on practice. I'm sure the admin is handling it. That looks like Gilles. It was De Silva. So, obviously, the session has not started yet. I think Vandergeest is sorting it out. He is the race admin on the server and also in the event. So there we go. Okay, now here is quality. I promise it's going to be quality this time. All right, let's regroup and get underway here. Wait for the babies to fire up. Let's see what else we can find here. All right, here they come. Is that Matej? No. Pitchler, Freddie Hill. I'm trying to see who's out there first. I believe Robin Taylor is out there, and just ahead of him, it is Matej. So Matej is actually first in line, and I'll give you a little bit of the track map here, so you can see there on the track map in your upper right-hand corner their positions versus what they are on the tower, so you can kind of see where everybody is. And that is the number 2 position and the number 4 that are the first cars out. They head on this outlap here into this very technical sector. So it appears everybody's out in the P2 class with the exception of Carl Strohal. He's not quite out there yet. As well in the GTEs, Joe Brown, Ed Jones, and Peter Villar are still in the pits. But we see Granatovich, he's also out there. Let's get a quick look. These are outlaps, so nothing started yet. Like I said before, this is going to be a great Porsche battle. John Vandergeest hit the wall there, it looked like. Okay, so we're getting ready to start. So here is going to be the start of the first P2 timed lap. So it's crossing the line, and the clock is ticking. Nick Westy just right behind him, as you can see on the track map there. You can see in the back of this group that's just now in turn 2 is Carl Middleton, who did some pretty quick laps last week. Makes his way through this technical sector. Oh, excuse me. Now entering Sector 2. This is the Sector 2 line right here, where we head up into the Maiden's Tower area. And there it is, that tricky uphill chicane, Maiden's Tower with the old castle. Just some really nice history here. As Azerbaijan, I give up. But please, if anybody can help me set that thing up, tell me how to pronounce that. I have no clue. All right, he's making it down. About to have the first time lap here. Tell you, Matesh is purple in Sector 2. We'll jump on him. And Matesh puts up that 2:01.67. Very nice. Westy right behind him. Let's see what Westy can do. Westy with the 2:02.7. Carl. Jumps into second with that 2:02.8 as they're all coming across the line now. Here comes Taylor's in the pits. Fischler. Just now coming down the last sector. Heading to that straight as he opens that baby up. Did he kiss the wall just there? He might have bounced off the wall, but let's see what Fischler can do. It's a little off in sector 1. And he does move himself right up into 4th position with a 2:03.8. So let's check in on the GTEs. We got Granatovich in the Porsche battle with a 2:11, and nothing close really yet. I don't think anybody's put in a time behind him, but John Vandergeest is coming through for his first time lap. See what he can do. Moves himself up nicely as Tony Talvitier jumps the top with that 2:10, eclipsing Granatovich by almost a second there. And that puts Vandergeest in 3rd, behind Charlesworth and De Silva. Joe Brown will be next, I believe. He's in the BMW. He's finally out of the paddock so we can actually see what he is driving there. And he heads down that last straight. Let's see what kind of time he can put up. If you're wondering about the P2s, Matej Descobler still up atop with a 2:01, as you can see on your board there. In fact, go down here and watch. Not too bad there, Mr. Brown. Puts himself in 3rd position. Very nice. So let's see where Westy is, who is, 3rd place. 3rd, Carl. I think he's off to, there's Middleton. He might have had a little bit of an incident there. I wasn't sure. So BTA's in the pit. Peter Jones yet to get a lap in. Let's jump up to Granatovich because he just jumped ahead of Talvitier, as you can see. Joe Brown on another lap on the BMW. Not much to see there. Okay. Currently in 10th is Michael LaBelle. He'll be heading down that last straight. There's this little bit of a twisty here, and then the last straight. Green for bettering himself there, but he is currently, I believe, 2nd to last in the P2s. Let's see if we can move himself up. He is in 8th. He's going to stay in 8th. Oh, he moves himself up into 7th, so better lap for him. Lost a little bit there in Sector 3, as to be expected. Peter Villar in the Porsche. As you can see, he's not on pace. He's off. His sector times are down some couple of seconds. So let's jump back to Descobler, who is coming around out of Sector 2 to the last Sector 3. He's on an outlap, so never mind that. Where is Mr. Westy? Westy's yellow and yellow. He's not going to improve. Let's see who's coming across now. Descobler, outlap. Where is Carl Strohall? Just starting a fresh lap. As we are just about 6 minutes remaining here. Let's check out Peter Jones because he has not put a time in yet. And he is purple in Sector 1 and green in Sector 2. So Peter Jones saving the best for last. Let's see what he's going to do here. Nicely done. Mr. Jones bumps himself right up into 3rd. P3. Oh, as he kisses the wall and says goodbye to the front and rear end of that car. So that might be it for him if he's got to limp it all the way around. Remember, in sim racing online, you cannot escape on track. You must get your vehicle into the pits to be able to start with a fresh car. So he's going to have to pull that baby out. All right. Let's check on Telvitier with that 210. On an out lap still. And Granatovich on an out lap. So these guys are just starting now. With that said, let's get a look at Freddie Hell. He's coming out in the P2. So he's start of a fresh lap. Jones. Oh, and lo and behold, we have Nigel Middleton joining us today. So a rare treat to have the boss in here. Let's see if I can find his car. I think, let's see. I'll bet you he's in a Porsche too. I will bet you. Let's see. Can't tell there. In his SRO. Yes, sirree, he's in the Porsche. Okay, very well. Nicely done. Okay. Good to see Nigel made a race. He's so busy. He is the owner of Middleton Transport. So let's look at Matej. He's purple. He's about to better his time. Woo, he is down a couple of tenths. Let's see what he does. That current 2016. Let's see if we can. Here it comes. Wow, 2013. So he knocked 0.3 off. Purple. There is your fastest lap of quali right there. Wow, he is really putting it to it. Excuse me. Okay, Joe Brown pulled it in the pits. I'm trying to find another good battle here. Who's coming across? Peter Jones is obviously not on our hot lap. But here is Nick Westy coming down. Oh, he's still on his out lap. All right, on the out lap. What about Freddie Hell? Out lap. Okay, so these guys are about to start probably what might be their last lap. Andrew Harper made it in today. Now, I remember Andrew's got that beautiful skin. We talked about it last week. I know he's very busy these days. He didn't have a lot of time to practice, so he is hanging in there. Looks like he's bettering his last time. That was a 2:07. And he's green, and he's down. Look at that. He's down a couple of seconds in each sector, so this might be a really good lap for Andrew on his level. Let's see what he does. Currently in 7th. And remains in 7th. Some 5 plus. Or did he go up? No. Yeah. Currently in 7th. Okay. About 5.5 off. All right. Meanwhile, we have Jones and Westy. What happened to Westy? Oh, there he is. As Jones goes through the Maiden's Castle area. Why does it still say he's on an outlap? They already crossed, so here we go. Westy not going to be happy with that. He's some 0.4 off in Sector 1 already, so not the lap he's looking for. So he kisses it. He's leaving parts. He's got a little bit of a yard sale there in the Maiden's Castle, so yeah, that's it for him. He is probably going to park it. And look at this. The Scobbler rips another one. 2:01.2 takes another 10th off his time. This guy is on fire today. He is just lighting it up. Meanwhile, in the GTE class, Granatovich has gone purple in Sector 1. He has also eclipsed Tony's time by a mere 0.2. Not quite an eclipse. Maybe just shattered nose. He pings it off the wall. That's not going to help. That's unfortunate. He was purple in Sector 1. Just on a ripper. See, that slowed him down. You can see his Sector 2 time is off. But man, that was a brilliant Sector 1. Oh, and he kisses the wall again. So this is not going to be Granatovich's best lap. Where is Telvitier? Let's try and find him. He's on an out lap. He's 12th overall, 2nd in class. And it looks like Carl Strohal has found the wall. So that's not going to help his cause. He's currently in 9th in class. So back to Telvitier as he's going to start a fresh one here. This might be the only shot. We are 41 seconds. He's going to cross the line. This will be the last shot for Talvitier to jump Granatovich there, as we did see Granatovich having issues kissing the wall. While Tony's on his out lap, he kisses the wall too, man. This is going to be some kind of an event. I'm going to check on Matash. He's coming across again. He is purple, but is he going to improve? Not so good in the first one. His lap time of a 2:01.2. And he does not improve. So let's get back to that Talvitier. Let's see how he's looking. He did kiss that wall. As the time has expired, existing laps will count. As Gilles de Silva just came across, and he's going to find himself in 6th place in Class GTE. As Talvitier is... These guys look like they're really loose here. I mean, this street circuit is super tight. You are pinging off the walls. Whoa, and again, another quick little kiss there. As you can see, he's off. He's given up on that lap. I don't blame him. Vandergeest is in. Let's see who's left out there. Joe Brown, green in Sector 1. Currently in 4th. Let's check on the 6th place car, Freddie Hell. He's coming across now. Green in Sector 2. Currently in 6th. Can he improve? We will see. He does not. He brings it in. All right. Comes Joe Brown. Green and green. He's going to better his own time. He's currently in 4th. Can he jump ahead of Vandergeest? He does. He leapfrogs Vandergeest and puts himself in P3 on that last lap. Brilliant last lap there by Joe Brown in the BMW. Great to see that BMW out there. Okay, so I think that's it, everybody. Let me see if I can get these starting orders set. All right. Wow, what a Q session. You can see there is your P1 Descabler Hermitage with that 2:01.2. Jones just a half a second back. Carl Middleton just over a half a second back. So, and then we have Nick Westy, Philip Pichler, Freddie Hell. Is Freddie still out there? No, he is not. That's just Joe Brown doing a little bit of a warm-up lap. So there we got Harper, LaBelle, Strohal, and Merrick bringing up the tail end there in the P2 class. And then GTE, that was pretty tight as well. As you see Granatovich up on top there, just by a half a second or so over Tony, or just a few tenths. So that's it for the quali. Now we are going to have a about 5-minute warm-up that has just started. So these guys, I'm assuming now, are going to jump on, put the tires of choice on. Oh, don't go out on the red. You're going to get a drive-through. Yeah, it's too late. There he goes. And that was Ed Jones, as I thought, in the Chevy. So you can hear that thing. Yeah, so we've got a whole bunch of Porsches, a Chevy, and a BMW in the GTE class. So that's like a Porsche Cup, just about. It's pretty interesting fact. So, I don't know, the Porsche seemed like it would be nice and nimble around here. I do have I'm wondering about Robin Taylor. Robin Taylor, I think, is showing in last position. The top 10 on the tower there, but it only goes to 10. So there are 11 cars in the P2 class, and it looks like Taylor had some kind of an incident, and he finds himself parked still. That is supposed to be Taylor. There's Merrick with that beautiful skinned corn-fed Nissan. Let's see if we can get a better look at that. Yeah. There we go. Good look at that skin. We got some great custom skins here today. As he heads up into the Maiden's Castle. All right. Put your seatbelts on. Get yourself a nice, refreshing beverage. We are set to go for 90 minutes of intense. What's the over-under on finishing this race? Anybody have a guess? Put it in the chat. The chat is open on YouTube if you are watching live. Feel free to get in there and critique us and tell me what in the heavens of Betsy is actually going on. That was Matej getting by Merrick. Taylor's still in there. Let's get a good look at some of these other guys. This LaBelle. Him and Jones are heading back in. As there about 2.5 minutes left in this warm-up session. There is Philip Pichler. And there's some debris on the track there. I think that's going to be a familiar sight. Especially this tower section right here is very technical. These guys can get through. Here is Granadovich in the Porsche. I mean, just judging by what we saw in quali, it's going to be really hard to keep these cars off the walls. Intense. All right. Get a look at Carl Middleton. Nigel's still in the pit. So all these Middletons, I don't know if it's father, son, brother, cousins, uncle. But all 3 of them are in here today, and that is really cool. Andrew Harper with that beautiful skin. Harper's done really good today to put himself up into 7th, having 0 practice. He was telling us earlier in the chat that he just didn't have time to get on track this week, but he really wants to race. Saying if he was a problem, he'll stay out of the way, but putting yourself in 7th out of 11, you're in good shape, Andrew. Just do that driver thing. Yeah, you're off pace, but hey, to finish first, you got to first finish. So anyway, you can get through it. As with talk clicks down to 0, and the session is over, and that is it. We're about ready to hear the most famous words in sim racing, dating way back some 20 plus years now to Gijon Kamji, original spaghetti code master of RF2, RF1. Just a couple guys up there. There you have it. All non-essential personnel leave the grid now. All right, we are set for 90 minutes of, I believe, is going to be one of the most intense races of this series. Round 5 of Baku Street Azerbaijan Grand Prix. F1 races here. It's just an amazing track. Remember, this is a manual formation lap, so nobody's racing yet. We are taking off in a manual formation look. And with that said, let's get a quick look at our starting order. All right, here we go. In P1, you have Mateus Escobar, 2, Peter Jones, Carl Middleton in 3rd, Nick Westy in 4th. 5th in P2 will be Philip Fischler, Freddie Hell, Andrew Harper, Michael Labelle in 8th. 9th will be Carl Strohal, 10th, Randy Merrick, 11th, Robin Taylor. And then we have the GTE starting first, the GTE, Roman Granatovich there, 12th overall, Tony Talavitier, Joe Brown in that BMW, John Vandergeest, followed by Peter Villar. And then we have Gilles De Silva, Richard Charlesworth, Ed Jones, and Nigel Middleton. And also, just joining us, who's not on the grid, Beth Van Winham. There he is. He made it in, and he's in the Austin. So we have 3 independents, different cars besides the Porsche to get out of that Porsche Cup. So, holy smokes, get ready for some intensity. And remember, the race starts coming out of the last turn. There was some directives on the chat thinking about where this race actually began as they wrap it around. A few questions of where exactly does the race begin. So the formation laps end and the race starts on the apex of the corner of Mugham, which is right about where the 2 short straights meet. So it's going to be right about 2 turns away. So that corner is actually coming up. So down this straight here. And then you're going to find it right. This right-hander. This is the start of the race right here. Race is on. Race starts right here. There they go. As the P2s jump out, and look at Westy on the outside trying to make a move. There's 4 cars there, 2 wide through, heading down this straight. It is a drag race to turn 1. Ooh, look at Westy on the inside, trying to get the push. Let's everybody get through this thing safe. Oh my gosh. Look at that. Mateus holds on. Westy's trying to move up into 3rd. He's on the inside. He's got Jones on the outside. Wow, how did they make it through? I do not know. Oh my God, everybody gets through. Let's check the GT. As you've got Granatovich, WJ, and Brown leading the GTE. As they've made it all through. Very nicely done. Here comes Ed Jones in that throaty vet. All right, back to the tippy end here as these guys head through this vicious Sector 1. All these tight right hand, left hand. Turn after turn after turn. There's Peter Jones chasing down to Scobler. You can see in his mirror, Nick Westy is right there all over him. As they head up into the tight castle section. As Mateus gets through to castle section for the first time with all of the P2s in tow. And here come the GTEs. It looks like Carl Strohal is out of this race. I didn't see what happened, but Strohal is out. Who's that 10? Is that LaBelle? LaBelle had an issue in the P2, so he is now tangled up with the GTEs. Oh, this could get messy. Michael must have had a little bit of risk. It looks like he's okay, though. Oh, no, he's on fire. Michael LaBelle is starting the barbecue. He has burst into flames. Oh my gosh, look at this. Everybody get your hot dogs out. We are having a barbecue. Oh my goodness. He's out of the race. All right. Excuse me. So Robin Taylor as a tail end. Here we go. Mateus for his first lap coming across. The first lap of this race. Oh my heavens. The 2:03.1 followed by Peter Jones, Nick Westy, Carl Middleton. There is your top 4. They're trying to keep Mateus in the zip code there. You see Fischler just kind of hanging back there. See if he can catch up to this group. Oh, that's really unfortunate about LaBelle and Carl. I don't know what happened to Carl. We missed it. But man, burning car. What else? So Taylor tightening up here on Freddie Hell. These are kind of spread out a little bit nicely. Let's jump back here. We do have Ed Jones in that throaty Corvette trying to put the pressure on Villar. So Villar playing a little defense there. All right, let's check back up here to the top four. So Middleton's put the pressure on Westy in the P2 class. They're heading through the Maiden's Castle. Not a lot of room to pass on this circuit, man. It's all or nothing. Oh, that's nice making. You can see Peter Jones ahead, and then Descobler is checking out. Descobler putting a huge gap now. 2.5, it just grows. These guys chase. Meanwhile, Nigel Middleton and Ed Jones are having a little bit of a tussle. There is Nigel in that red and white Porsche. Nigel, who hardly ever gets a chance to race, but when he does, he makes the best of it. He's an excellent sim driver. Professional driver, albeit transports. But yeah, he knows his way around, and that would explain why all the Middletons are very good at this hobby. So there you have the Scobler with a new lap, 2:03.04. It's the fastest lap on the race. Let's check in with him as he's starting to get a gap. There is your P2 leader. All right. They come around. We got the treasure pretty much bunched up here in the GTE class. We got a really good race here at the back end. Let's see who is in the front of that. Talavitier in that blue. He's up a little bit farther, but these guys back farther in the grid. You can see Jones, 8th, 7th, and 6th. Richardson, somebody in the pits? What's going on here? Nope, nobody's in the pits. All right. Vanderkees finds himself about 3 seconds behind third place. So he's kind of in a little bit of a gap by himself there. As let's check back up at this pressure here that Carl Middleton in the P2 class is putting on Nick Westy, who got that really nice start, found himself in third, positioning himself really nicely. But he is under fierce pressure from Carl Middleton. Who is in turn got Philip Fischler right all over his tail. No, that's not Fischler. Who is it? Oh, I think that is... Yeah, it's not Fischler. So that is a lap down car. All right, I got to cheat. I got to see who this is. So there's Carl in fourth, Nick Westy. Oh, so they're all the top three right there. My bad. All right, I will give you guys a look at what's going on map-wise. So you can kind of see the circuit and where everybody's spread out. You can see that huge gap that Matej has, but these guys are fighting right here. Carl. So this is second, third, and fourth. A little bumper cam from Carl. They're heading up into the castle. Really tricky uphill. You remember F1? I think it was Hamilton and who was that? They got rear-ended. They rear-ended under yellow. I believe that was probably 4 or 5 years ago, Formula One. Was it Verstappen and Hamilton? So these guys are just duking it out. Oh, we've got a spin right there. That was it. Oh, get out of the way, Carl. Oh, Carl, most unfortunate, is going to drop down 2 positions. Oh, it's Taylor and Fischler getting through. Woo! That was really close. Oh, my gosh. So now Carl, we know, has pretty much outpaced these guys. Now he's going to have to find his way around, but he's at the right spot. Red do it here with this, with the straight coming up. He's looking. He's in the draft. He's going to go for it. You know he's going to pull the trigger right here. He's going to send it alongside Taylor. As he gets through, and Taylor just on the outside, getting left. Excuse me. Now he's got Fischler back, but as Jones and Westy just get away, he was so close to catching up to those guys. Does a good job to get himself around that. And then I think at this point in time, you just have to hold on to this section of the track. But he's looking for a way. It's just so tough to pass in this section of track as they left, right. Sector 1 turns into Sector 2, I believe, right around here. Here is the Sector 2 marker. And what's going to happen going up through the castle? Oh, everybody keeps it clean. Man, I don't know how these guys keep these cars off the walls. I have a feeling it's not going to be for long, though. So coming back down to where Carl spun before. See how he maintains here. This was the area that he lost it. Get around. He's going to have to get a really nice run here on Fischler. Just one more tight turn and everything else is high speed from here. So there we go. It's foot to the floor for this next whole segment here, all the way to the timing line. And this is a high speed turn right here. No lift. Look at it. He's all over him. Fischler's great top speed, though. In the draft, he's going to try to get to the other side, but it looks like Fischler's able to pull away. He might have a little bit less wing. He takes a look, but I can't get it done. Fischler, very nice. Meanwhile, the other Middleton is down here. He just got around Jones in the that was just passed by Nigel Middleton in that Porsche as they head up through the Maiden's Castle. Nicely done, Nigel, as he's slowly moving his way up. Very good. Finds himself currently in 7th. That's a nice little grouping of cars here. But meanwhile, there's Carl and Fischer. So he has got him in the turns. But Taylor's just kind of sitting back like a shark in the water, waiting for blood. Oh, man, he is all over him again. Oh, so close to having contact. We can get that rear view from Fischler. Through the castle. It's very quiet now, but it's very intense. There's the one I'm looking for. Look at Nigel. Carl. And he does it. What a move. He puts it on him. And he gets his spot back to Nigel now. Carl. Sorry, Carl. Finds himself back into 4th, but holy smokes, he is back a ways from where he once was from off of Peter Jones. About an 8-second gap, I believe, now. That I have to make up, but we know that Carl has that pace. So Yeah. As it looks like Taylor also getting around Fischler. So Taylor takes advantage as they head down the straight. It's a drag race for 5th place. It's Fischler. It's Taylor. It's Fischler. Wow. Good stuff there, guys. As they start yet another lap. And it's only been, what, 15 minutes, 16 minutes of racing. I'm already worn out. So let's check back with Nigel Middleton. We have this battle GTE here. This is for 6th, 7th, and 8th right here. You can see Gilles de Silva in that black Porsche trying to hang on. Woo! It's Nigel's looking for a gap. Again, it's so tough to pass here. He's got Jones all over. Oh, and Jones gets a little loose there. That's going to let Nigel catch up. Nigel can be able to make a move here. They're coming down to that last section where it's flat out the rest of the way, all the way to turn 1. So let's see who's got what here. These are the high-speed left, right, left, right. He's gaining on him. Oh, there he goes. Side by side, it's a drag race in turn 1 with Jones in tow. First of the cars to pit in the P2 class is Randy Merrick. As Middleton gets through, finds himself now up another spot. Let me check really quick on Randy Merrick and see if it's not damaged. Okay, he's out of the pit stop. There he goes. Okay, he's coming out. Very good. All right. Meanwhile, Fischler and Taylor. Fischler's out in front again, or still. They may start yet another lap back in the GTEs. Ed Jones is now challenging Gilles de Silva in that Custom Sim Racing Online, Merrick Farms, and Liberty Footwear. Very nicely done. The chase is on. So back to this P2 battle. These guys are really tight as Taylor is all over him this time. He's just trying to get around him. These cars are very equally paced, so I don't think, even if he does get around, the battle will ensue. Ed Jones has just gotten around Gilles. Let's check that out. So there's Jones in the Chevy, just got around. So Gilles going backwards as they are now caught up to the first or the last of the GTE class. That is Stephen Winham in the Austin that the Fischler and Taylor are getting through. So the leaders of P1 have gotten through. They hang out within a 6-second. And there is Matej, your leader, getting through. He's now getting by Gilles. So the leader of P1 has gotten through 10th place now of the GTEs, and De Silva's in the pit. So with that said, in the break of the action, I want to let you guys know who is bringing this all possible to us, and that is our sponsor, Liberty Footwear, built in America, custom-made shoes. If you're tired of the store-bought footwear, getting cramps in your feet, getting blisters and everything, give these guys a caller. Go to their website. Tell them Randy America sent you. You can get stylish, comfort, performance, and safety in a hiking and everyday wear, custom fit boots, handcrafted in Michigan, USA. Shop now. Don't forget to tell them Sim Racing Online sent you, and you probably get a special discount as well. So big thanks to Liberty Footwear for making this all possible. We wouldn't be here without them, so thank you very much. All right, back to the action. Taylor putting that pressure. Oh, and Granatovic has a new best time for the GTE, so let's check on Rowan because he is just having a drive in the park. He's some 6 seconds up on Talvitier. We were all hoping that Talvitier could hang. You can see him in the foreground back there, or the background, I guess. Here is Tony. See, that little speck in front of him is Roman, so it's going to be one of these drivers. That 6 second gap. Roman is going to have some kind of a mishap, I think, to allow Tony to catch up. But you never know what happens with the tires and everything. There could be some tire wear issues. But meanwhile, Nigel, here's this group. This is the 4th, 5th, and 6th. Of course, 4th place, Vandergeest. He's still clear of these guys. But they should be coming around the corner. Nope, not even in sight. So Vandergeest all by himself. Peter Villar leading that group from 5th place. 5th, 6th. As now that P2s are getting through. That is the 3rd place car of Peter Jones, I believe. Or is it? No, it's not. It was Carl getting through. 4th place. So Carl now has dropped that gap from 6 seconds down to 4, chasing down Jones. So Carl is making some progress in his attempts. And we know that Merrick has already pitted as the leader, or as Carl Middleton now gets around Gilles. And we know that Gilles has pitted as well, so he's probably full of gas. As you can see that gap between Westy and the leader, 8 seconds. Wow. Jones just 3 seconds behind Westy. And then Middleton 4 seconds behind Jones. So those guys are pretty spread out. The battle now is Nigel Middleton has caught up to Peter Villar as the P2s are coming through. So that's a little congested here. Let's make sure everybody gets through unscathed here. This is the high-speed part of the track. This is where probably your freest, best place to pass and let the other class through as they bob and weave their way through. It looks like Andrew Harper has also now retired from this race. Sad to see him go. Oh, that's pretty tight. Make room, you guys. And that is Gilles, currently in last place of the GTEs. And I think he is now a lap down. Yeah, he's some 98 seconds back. Here's an updated track map for you. If you look in your right-hand corner, you can see what kind of positions where everybody is. You can see that lead that the Scobbler has, the #1 green car. Just getting through Jean Vandergeest, showing us 11th. 4th overall in class. And here is Vandergeest. The 2nd place car of Nick Westy is right there behind him. So Vandergeest, remember, he's pretty up there in the points. So just having a pretty much stress-free drive, no pressure at the moment. Oh, as he kisses the wall a little bit, that's not going to help as Westy gets around as we head down into this last sector, the high-speed sector of the track. But just behind them, not too far, Nigel Middleton is now caught Villar, and this is the battle for fifth, I believe. Villar is hold-on time for Villar. Oh, Nigel gets a little bit loose there. That's going to help, especially down to the high speed. Oh, we got somebody off, De Silva. De Silva's had an issue, but he's back on it. All right, he's back in action. Middleton has an issue. Oh, as well as Villar. So Villar and Middleton both. Oh man, I looked away for 1 second and we missed that action. Oh, that's going to let Ed Jones through. Randy Merrick's also coming through. So Peter Villar loses a couple of spots there, plus a P2 gets through. And now he's finds himself behind the lap down Gilles De Silva. So he'll probably be able to get through him right here. As Gilles wisely lets the quicker paced car of Peter Villar. But man, that was, we don't know what happened there, but here comes Jones. I'm sorry I missed that. Man, I turned away for 1 second and I have no idea what happened. But I know Nigel is now in fourth. Vandergeest is in the pit, so the first pit stop for Vandergeest. He's in the pit stops, so there we go. This is with 65 minutes remaining. So Vandergeest either changing tires and perhaps, obviously topping it off, but perhaps getting tires too. We don't know. There's Jones. Listen to the throats of that vet. That's some Chevy power right there. And here comes Randy Merrick. Was on our first P class into pit, and he's working his way back through. Currently 13th overall, 8th in class. Vandergeest still in the pit. So I wonder if he hit the wall or something. That's an extremely long pit stop. I hope that he is not retiring the car. As Merrick weaves his way around Jones. That's it. Vandergeest out. Vandergeest out of this race. So that makes 4. 3 P2s and now the first GTE to leave the race is Vandergeest. That's unfortunate. He was in pretty good shape in the point. So this is not going to help that cause. Next on Randy Merrick's list here is the GTE of Nigel Middleton, as his P2 should quickly make haste get by here. I'm sure Nigel will just kind of scoot over for him. That Ace Motorsports skin, I'm loving that. These guys get through without incident because we have up in the P2 the battle for third. Carl Middleton has closed that gap, and he's got a little bit of a pick between the BMW. Joe Brown. Middleton has closed that gap down to a second now. So that just shows the amazing pace that he had. Down this high-speed section. This is a battle for the podium. As you can see, Peter Jones being able to maintain that. I think Nigel can just outbrake him a little bit to keep that gap even closer as he closes in. Maybe next time by, see how he does in the corners. So I'm curious that Merrick with pretty much an undercut move in the P2, currently 12th overall, 8th in class. And when these guys start to pit, I'm curious to see where he's going to end up. Because Westy and Matej have pretty much checked out. Although anything can happen with the traffic. Meanwhile, Talvitier, right there, there is the second place GTE car, still some 6 seconds back of Roman Granatovich. But you can see Westy ahead that just got through in the P2. So Tony's just got to keep his nose clean here and just keep hammering away. Not really closing in, but not giving up any more time either. So that 6 second gap might be due to some kind of a spin or an off or slide that might have happened, because he's been able to maintain that. As the P, let's get a little cheap view. That is Peter Jones in third, and there is second place, Carl Middleton. So we have a race here as Tony finds himself the meat in that sandwich. As Carl gets through down this high section, it seems like Peter Jones is able to get away from him in sector 3. Let's see closer this time. About the same as last lap. But he seems to be able to close up in the twisties, does Carl. Maybe he's got a little bit more wing than Jones. We don't know. But as I spoke earlier, Talvitier back there, probably due to the letting those guys through, has lost another second to Granatovich. There is Granatovich. He'll be next on the list for Jones and Middleton as there they come. There is the third place battle in P2, just behind Granatovich here. He's getting a little squirrely. Could be time for tires as he heads up into the Maiden Castle. You can see these guys are right on him now. Here they come. Jones goes for it. One down. Here comes Middleton, staying to the inside, and Granatovich gives room, and there they go. The battle for third continues in P1 while the leader cruises. Did that slow him down any? Talvitier now. There he is. Still some 6 seconds back. So the gap is pretty much maintained. But then the gap to Joe Brown in that BMW is very comfortable, 12 seconds for Tony. But indeed a nice podium position so far for Mr. Jones. I mean for Mr. Brown, and Ed Jones in the vet is it's half a minute behind, 49 seconds, 50 seconds, almost a full minute behind is Ed Jones in that vet. So Joe Brown looking pretty good to hang on to this, although we do have 58 minutes to go. But still, he's in pretty good position to grab a podium. Meanwhile, Middleton and Peter Jones still fighting. Carl just relentless. Peter Jones just with a mirrorful as we come up on Stephen Winham. Austin will be the next GTE to get past. As he lets one through, he lets them both through. Very good, very good. All right. You never have to worry about Stephen. He's always aware of what's going on. And you're not going to see any foolish moves out of Mr. Winham. He's a very stable driver. But this is for the last step on the podium, and Carl wants it, and Peter Jones has it, and he's not going to let it go easy. Oh, they're switching back as we get down to this high-speed section of the track. Man, Carl's right there. It just has to be hard on the brakes. This is the closest he's been. We can open it up here. And let's just see. So he's a lot closer this time. He's in the draft now. This is going to make a big difference here. Remember the gap was before, so he has closed it. It's just a couple of tenths. He's got the draft. This could be it. Goes to the outside. Gets ahead, and he does get the position. So Carl takes the hard way around and makes it look easy as he takes third place away from Peter Jones. So Jones, does he have anything for him? We know the pace that Carl Middleton had, so perhaps now that he's around, he might be able to run away. I don't see him. I don't know. Can he catch Westy? That's going to be hard to do. Although it is only about 7 seconds. So we got the same between Salvitier and Granatovich for first and second at GTE. It's the same gap that Carl Middleton has for second place with Nick Westy. So with this 55 minutes remaining, and these guys are yet to stop, so pit stops are still coming. So that could throw a whole wrench in the spokes. And Nigel Middleton pitting in the GTE. There he is. So he's in for his stop. There is the second place Nick Westy. So he's about 8 seconds back. And behind him is Carl, who's about 6 seconds back. So, of course, now 9 is Westy. The Scobbler just keeps peeling off laps. 2:02.4 is the fastest lap in this race, and Matej the Scobbler does own that time, so it's going to be tough. Merrick still battling amongst the GTEs. Let's check on Randy. He's currently 8th in class. Fighting his way through. I believe that is Richard Charlesworth. Put my cheater bar on. Yep, I was right. So there you have it. See Stefan Wyndham coming down the other side with Tony Delvitier. Here comes Tony across the line. And you can see Granatovich just ahead there. Excuse me. So Granatovich has put Wyndham a lap down, and Talvitier's next move would also be to put him a lap down. Keeping that gap right around 6 seconds. Nigel should be not out of the pits. Nigel's out now too. Oh, these guys must have had incidents we had no idea about. So unfortunately, Nigel Middleton is out of this race. And Freddie Hallett kisses the wall. Currently in 7th. He's about 19 seconds behind Pichler. Pichler in 6th. Pretty much on his own there. Not a lot going on as we see Talvitier getting passed by or getting through Wyndham, I'm sorry. Still some 6 seconds back. Middleton has closed his gap down. But Peter Jones has said, I am not through with you yet. Joe Jones, with new life, sticking with Middleton pretty good there. They did have that 20-minute long battle. So I'm guessing that got the pace to stay with him as he dives right on him. And then we've got Dawazi in the chat saying, good luck, Carl. So Carl does have a fan online here in the YouTube chat. Feel free to jump on there and correct all my mistakes. But this is a pretty good battle here with Peter Jones. Watch out there. Is that Gilles? Oh, it's Peter Villar. Okay, that's who that was. So Villar, 5th place in class. Villar gets this battle of P2s get through. And Villar's about 7 seconds, 8 seconds back of Jones. But this whole group is about a minute behind as you see Peter get a little sideways there. So the distance, Ed Jones got a pretty long road to hoe here to catch Joe Brown. There is Joe Brown, currently in 3rd. Talvitie just cannot close that gap. It's still 6 to 7 seconds every lap. So Granatovich, he does have the fastest lap of Class 2, the GTE of a 2:12.6. While Matej Descabelaire up here has a 2:02.4, the fastest lap in P2, as he's coming up on Talvitie. And Talvitie. So get off those curves, Tony. What the heck, Tony? Or was that Charles? That wasn't Tony. That was Charles Wolf. My bad. I saw the blue. My bad. I am sorry, Richard. That was you on the curbs. And Westy's going to get through. So Westy's got the gap down to 5 seconds now. Westy's on a charge. And here is Talvitie. And that was Freddie Hell getting through 7th place, Freddie. As that gap for Granatovich yet grows another second. So things are going in the wrong directions for Tony here. So, but we are not even just at halfway. We got a few more minutes to halfway, so anything can happen. Pit stops are imminent. It looks like Randy Merrick's parking it as well. So holy smokes, that's going to be our 6th DNF. So we got 2 GTEs and 4 P2s out of this race as Tony kisses the wall. I wonder if these guys are getting some serious tire wear. As we are on board with Tony Talvitie. Oh yeah, hello. Things are getting a little squirrely out there. Woo! And look at those brakes are just aglow with heat. Meanwhile, Peter Jones and Carl Middleton are the battle on track. This is probably the closest battle for position that we have. As Westy loses another second to Descabler for 2nd place. He's hovering around that 5 to 6 second mark. And give or take a few. Probably when they go through traffic, they might lose a little bit. Talvitie has dropped yet another second. He's now 8 behind. So, man, the DNF list, the over-under on the DNF, we're at 6 right now. So, what did you choose? I think that's about right what I figured. I hope the rest of these guys can finish. Wow, we got 7 P2s left, and what? There's more GTEs. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 GTEs left. No tight battles as we speak, besides this battle right here for 3rd position, currently held by Carl Middleton. Now that gap has come down a little bit. There's Matej. Westy's got it back down to 5 seconds. Under 6 at least. as he heads through the castle. So where is Westy? Westy now heads through the castle. There you can see how far behind. He's not that far behind. 5 seconds on a 6-kilometer track is very, very attainable. See, nowhere in sight is the Scobler. There he is. Okay, so actually he's within sight. You know, and the old adage goes, if you can see him, you can catch him, as long as you got the horses. So we know Westy's got the pace, but the Scobler, man, he's already proven today that he is the quickest on track. So, in fact, he is so quick, his lap is almost a second faster than Westy's. Westy's best time of the race today is a 2:03.047. And, of course, Granatovich is at the 2:02.4. However, the last lap of that Scobler was a 2:03.19, and Westy's last lap was a 2:03.02. So he did pick up a tenth there, as we can see in the difference. Same with Talvitier's last lap was a 2:12, and Roman's last lap for the GTE was a 2:13. So it is possible, and the fastest lap in GTE is a 2:12.6. Tony's fastest lap in GTE is a 2:12.9. So just 0.3 separate those two fast times. So it's not over for Tony. Then Joe Brown in third place at 2:14 is his current lap time, and 2:13 was his best. So there you have it. In fact, let me see if I can put this up for you. Best laps. There are your best laps. And that's with Carl. So Carl, what is he, 4 or 5 seconds back? Yeah, so you can see the gaps. Talvitier just collection between 6 and 7, and then Joe Brown some way back. And then here you have Talvitier +7. And there's your best laps for Granatovich. Say 2:12.6. There is your P4 car, Peter Jones. Excuse me. Carl has edged out just a little bit in front there. Oh, no conquerors, only survivors so far. If you take a look at currently last in class in the P2 in 7th place is Freddie Hell. You can find him on the track map as the dot number 7. It's just now coming into that high speed last sector 3. He's not too far behind Taylor. There's a little bit of a gap though. There is Taylor. Or I'm sorry, Pichler. It's Pichler who's next. And there is Pichler. Coming through, that looks like Peter Villar right there. So Villar's into that turn 1. Or is it the last turn? I don't know. I can find out though. Yeah, that is called turn 1, even though the pits come right out into it. So he gets through. And then we have Taylor. But I'll cut myself. But that is Freddie. Freddie Hell now going to get through Villar. So Freddie is not too far back from Fischler. I think he's just 3 seconds back. You can see the gap there as Villar makes way. for Freddie. Freddie having a good race today, and I say that because his car's in one piece. He's had some really bad luck in the past events. So I'm really happy to see that the halfway point has reached. We are past halfway, and Freddie is still in one piece, so good job, Freddie. Meanwhile, Peter Jones, as they get through Stephen Winham's GTE, driving the Awesome there. You can see Carl Middleton ahead there. That gap has grown. Just about 3 seconds. And remember, these guys haven't pitted yet. In heavens. So just past halfway, I would expect to see some of these guys starting to come in. Westy has knocked the second off of the gap as he's heading around Joe Brown there. Joe Brown gets Westy around as they head up to the Maiden Castle. But Westy ping-ponging back and forth between that 5-second gap. Again, the last laps, he does outpace him by about a half a second. Westy's last lap was a 2:03.1 and Matej's was a 2:03.7. So just about a half second better. And you can see he's just 4.7 back now. Salvitier, though, not quite having the same luck as Westy as he gives up yet another second. I'm thinking Salvitier's tires are toast. Look at how wide he's taken that. He could be just waiting for Granatovich to pit. As Tony's last lap was a 2:13.2 and Granatovich's last lap was a 2:12.9. So Tony, I think Tony's just hanging on. Here is Carl. Carl just got through Joe Brown. That good, strong run for the BMW today with Joe Brown. Maintaining that third place, holding on to that podium. But Carl Middleton, I mean, let's have your votes for driver of the day. I don't know. Remember, he got knocked out. He got knocked back down with that little bit of a spin they had, and he's battled his way back to the podium. But then you got to look at Matej. Just so far, he's led every lap in this race. Whoa, is he losing sideways? Oh, and Gil De Silva follows in suit. They're doing a little drift competition there. So that was a sketchy moment for our leader, Matej, who just about lost it there. That's telling me that it is really close to pit stop time. These guys get some fresh rubber. Westy's just got it down to about 4 seconds. He's got to get around Gilles now, so tough spot for Westy. Just got to get through, not lose any more time to Escobar. That kind of hurt the cause a little bit, but that's what happens in multi-class racing. You know, there's two races going on. Traffic is a thing. So, 38 minutes remaining. Wait for these guys to pit. That time, Westy's lap was just mere hundredths quicker. A 0.24, a 4.24 to a 0.853. So Matej on the better of it. But meanwhile, so here's our pit stop. All right, just like I thought. Carl is in the pit. Middleton's in the pits. That puts Peter Jones up a spot. So Peter Jones might go next. So Carl doing the undercut on Jones. As Taylor, everybody moves up. They're staying out. So Middleton pits. Here he comes. Jacks are up. As Westy's got that 5 second gap. So where is Carl going to come out? Here comes Pichler. Is he going to get out ahead of Pichler? Currently in 5th. He's not rolling yet. He's still not rolling. You can see him on the track map up there, the dot number 5, the gray dot. So Pichler's going to take over 5th as Carl is still in the pits. And here he comes out just now. So now they're coming out together. There is Carl. There is Pichler. Oh, it's a drag race now. He's probably on fresh tires, so you got to be careful, man. Those tires are not heated up yet, but he's going to escape out. Wow, what an excellent move by Carl to come out just in front to keep that position. That was really crucial for him to maintain. Having to get around Pichler again would really slowed him down. Freddie Hell in the pit. So, pitting from 7th. As Pichler on worn tires, as Ace Motorsports driver Carl Middleton should be able to pull away as soon as those babies get up to heat. I'm not 100% sure that they have tire warmers simulated in this mod. I am not sure. Meanwhile, we got a development up here as Nick Westy has closed that gap. I believe he's got Tony Telvitier right there. Telvitier now some 11 seconds back of Granadovic. So Telvitier just hanging on, desperation, man. I think he's just trying to wait as long as he can. He's probably got to finish on soft strategy, perhaps. No, he's on the mediums right now, so he's probably trying to stretch his legs as far as he can and switch to those softs on his stop because he is about ready to smack the wall. Holy smokes, Tony, hang on to that thing. Good heavens. Dude, bring it in. His engineer's desperately screaming, box, box, box. As Tony's like, I'm sticking it out, man. All right, so let's see with this gap with Carl. Carl has stretched his legs, and the gap increases, continues to grow. Stefan Winham's in the pits for GTE. Pitting from 6th place out of the 8 cars that are left. But Winham's doing a good job there. Carl Middleton with those fresh rubber has just set the fastest lap. He has a new fast lap on the track, a 2:02.2. Some 0.2 better than the previous fastest lap at Matej, which was a 2:02.4. So those fresh rubber is really helping out Carl. So he is on a run to the end. He is on the softs and he is ready to tear it up. Westy's got the gap down to under 3 seconds now. You can see Matej just up ahead there, so I believe tire wear is coming into effect. Both their last laps, it was a 2:04.1 for Matej last lap and a 2:03.5 for Nick Westy. So the gap is coming down. It's 2.6. Pit stops are imminent. Just at 33 minutes remaining. Tire whisperers up front. There is Granadovic, the leader. Westy gets through the GTE leader, Granadovic. Without incident, nothing is slowing Granadovic down. He is just on a roll. He's still got the fastest lap of the GTE. He's at 2:12.6. Westy's on a mission, and then Gaps just going back and forth. It's over 3 seconds again. But we are going to see what the last laps as they come across the line. I will let you know what the last lap times are. Of course, there was traffic involved in this lap, and that usually slows them down a little bit. Ed Descobelaire is just ahead there. You can see him in the red P2. So 2:04.4 for Descobelaire and a 2:04.1 for Westy. So Westy did gain another handful of 10th, as this is a battle of the 10th. Ed Jones pitting from 4th place in the GTE. So he's taking care of his stuff. We're getting ready to go to the end. Where are these guys going to end up as this gap is coming down? Westy tastes blood. You can see it up there. It's just a couple of tenths at a time. It's closing and closing and closing. Now, take it too that Granatovich is probably just taking it easy trying to save his tires. He's not really pushing. He knows he's got that 3 seconds still. Or it could be a tire wear factor, but both of these cars are heavily tire wear. And there is Talvitier. Some 13 seconds back, though. He is dropping like a rock. As you can see, he is all over the place. He's just, he refuses to get some fresh rubber. It's imminent, though. I'm sure he will have to stop for fuel regardless, so he's going to have to slap some tires on there. He's probably waiting for Granatovich to stop first. One does not know. There is Richard Charleston in the green and blue Porsche with second place. Westy getting around as he gets through. I might slow him down a little bit, and it did. He's back, lost about a second to the gap. But at this pace, it looks like he's staying out. Descobelaire's staying out. There's pit entrance right there. Westy right behind him, staying out. And then look at Mr. Jones. Mr. Jones in third place. He has not stopped yet either. And he's only 6 seconds back. Taylor, some 16. And then we have Carl, a pit stop behind. So Carl is set to go for the rest of the race. And he does have the fastest lap of the race with that 2:02.284. So after the pit stops, let's see, I'm really curious if Carl is going to end up back on the podium, putting Jones behind him. But these guys, this is amazing how these guys are making these tires last. So Joe Brown in the BMW, third place in class. Really nice run. I really like that Enduracers BMW. That's a great little car. Good looking car. All right, from the bottom up, we have Gilles de Silva, PT. Currently in 8th. In 7th, we have Stephen Winham in the Austin. In 6th, we have Richard Charlesworth in the Porsche. 5th, we got Ed Jones in the Vet. 4th is Peter Villar in that Porsche. 3rd, Joe Brown in the BMW. 2nd, Talvitier in the well-rubbered Porsche. He's kept it off the wall, and then finally Granatovich also in the Porsche, that flat 6. As you can see, Richard Charlesworth is just ahead of Granatovich there in class. So he's potentially in a place to put the lap down, but I believe is Descobelaire pitting? Okay, the leader is in the pits. This is going to put Westy in up front. So Descobelaire pits. Let's see what happens here. Jones is going to get through. Taylor's going to get through. Taylor and Granatovich are having a progress. Taylor pulls in too. All right, so Taylor's following suit with Granatovich. That's going to help out Carl. Where is Carl? He's stuck right now behind Joe Brown, but gets through. So this is the battle right here. This is what I've been waiting for, to see where is Carl going to end up. I don't think he's going to be able to get out in front of Descabler, but I do believe Descabler's rolling. He's rolling from third. Taylor's out. So Matej gets out. Wow, that was like a splash and dash. That was extremely quick pit stop for Descabler, keeping himself on the podium. Taylor right there. So Matej, 20 seconds off of second place, who has not pitted, and first place, who has not pitted, some 27 seconds back of that. So, oh my heavens, what is going to happen here? Let's see what Westy does this time around. Is he going to come into the pits? He's staying out. He's got way too much speed. Yep, he's staying out. He's going to keep leading the laps. Jones, not too far back. Some 8 seconds back. He's staying out. Or he is coming in. So Jones is now pitting. So Jones pitting from second place. This is where I'm going to see where Middleton comes out. So Middleton some half a lap behind. See what kind of pit stop Jones has. As Matej is going to get second place back. Bernardovich gets through the pits. Taylor and Middleton are on the home stretch. It looks like Taylor's going to get through. Taylor takes over third. And here comes Carl. All right, he's rolling. He's rolling. Jones is rolling. Here he comes. Jones is out, but he is smoking hot. He had his engine running in the pit stops, and he is overheating, but it looks like he's just got enough air over that car. He just needs to get that thing moving to cool it down. Wow. So there is the gap, 3 seconds now for Carl to get to fourth place. But Mr. Jones, there it goes. That should cool it down. He must have had the radiator really down, as that pit stop started overheating his car. So that tells me he has a really tight radiator. So there's your look at your tires. Everybody's still on the mediums except for Pichler. I mean, on the softs except for Pichler in the P2 class. Pichler yet to pit as well, so he's on mediums. Meanwhile, Talvitier, where are you, Tony? He must have pitted because he's now 44 seconds bound. Did I miss Tony's pit stop? Either that or he crashed. He's on medium still, so I thought he might go for the softs. So, number of stops, let's add that to the mix. Let's just see where he is. So Matej now 3 seconds back at Westy. And Westy hasn't even pitted yet. So wow. How is this possible? Or has Westy pitted? I mean, wow. See, De Silva comes back on the hard tires. I mean, Westy had that gap down to 3 seconds at one point in time. Matej pit stops, and now he's in 3 seconds of Westy. So Westy has pitted, my bad, and Talvitia has pitted. Okay, there we go. It is coming true now. So that makes sense. All right, Granatovich yet to pit. So where is Roman now? He is in sector 1, just to take in the sector 2. So somehow I missed that amazing action. But both of the two leaders, I mean, 1 or 2, Westy and Descabler, have pitted. So now Matej has 20 minutes plus 21 minutes to get around Westy. Westy's teammate, Robin Taylor, currently in 3rd. It could be a big score for Black Cat Motorsports if he can hang on to this position. Peter Jones, some 3 seconds ahead of Middleton. And let's see, Taylor is some 9 seconds ahead of Jones. So with 21 minutes remaining there, anything can happen still. So I'm waiting for Granatovich, yet to pit. Let's see what kind of lap times these guys are doing. So Talvitia is going to come across here. Might be his out lap after tires anyway, so he's got just about 8 seconds, 7.5 on Joe Brown in that BMW. Oh, keep it off the wall, Tony. Holy smokes, those little Porsches are just banging. Meanwhile, the battle for the lead, I got to check back here. I just wanted to look at some lap times. I want to see Tony's last lap time, but it's showing his pit stop lap time of 2:34. With that gap of 47 seconds to Granatovich, that is the GTE difference. As Granatovich letting Westy know that he's there. All right, I got the info I wanted. Tony's last lap was a 2:14. So not what he was hoping. But that was some traffic and cold tires. So let's see what he does in the next lap. Versus Granatovich's 2:13. But Roman Granatovich is going to have to fit one of these. Where is he now? Okay, he's in sector 3. Taylor and Jones, I think. Jones is coming up on him. So here is Jones. See Granatovich just ahead. So let's see if Granatovich is going to pit this time. That gap comes down at all. Just under 19 minutes remaining. And Granatovich staying out. What is he, the tire whisperer? How does he do it? Of course, he has had really no stress, no pressure, so he's just been able to hit his marks. Apexes and exits, you know, easy on the tires. So anyway, here we go. The battle for the lead. The Scobler kind of got caught in a little bit of traffic there. Trying to get through, and he gets a kiss. Oh, that's not going to make him happy. Gets a kiss from, I believe that was De Silva. De Silva just trying to maintain. Oh, and he kisses again. Don't try to pass in the castle, Maiden Castle. Not a good idea. But Granatovich finally gets around. Oh, we got a spin out. Stefan Winham is out, and he's going the wrong way. He's backwards. Whips it around. Nicely done. Get out of the way. Here comes the leader. Oh, Westy now. That is going to really hurt Matej's efforts. Oh, the traffic of multi-class racing. It's a thing for sure. There is Granatovich going through the castle as we have, it looks like that is Carl Middleton about to get through. Such a sketchy part of the track. So now there's how you do it. That was nicely done to get around through that traffic, that tight area. As Granatovich gets Carl Middleton, goes right through, no incident. So maybe De Silva didn't see him. I mean, they all have a right to the apex. And these P2s, they have to find a way around. And GTEs are supposed to hold their line. Oh, Middleton into the wall. Damage control. Carl. Oh, that did not help his efforts at all. He's currently in 5th. As he's holding it still, looks like the steering wheel is straight. So it looks like he didn't get too much structural damage, probably just body damage. Wow. That was kind of sketchy. Okay, meanwhile, can Matej close this gap? It's currently 8 seconds. Westy's last lap in first place was a 2:04.1, and Matej's was a 2:11 with that incident with the GTE. Really threw him down, but he does have just over 16 minutes remaining here to catch up. So we shall see. Meanwhile, Jones and Peter Villar and the GTE are having a drag race down the straight. As that Vet Power is trying to get in front. They are side by side heading to the start finish. And it looks like Jones gets the advantage as Villar is pulling into the pit stop. So that'll be Villar's first pit. So wow, that was exciting. Granatovich staying out still. Is this guy ever going to pit? Wow, these things are heating up here. So Westy is the current points leader. Carl Middleton is in second. And Matej is currently in 4th. So if he can at least finish second, he will just get a little bit of a gap closing that on Westy. And he really needed to stay ahead of him to help himself out in this championship with only one round after this. We will be going to Suzuka. Oh, Peter Jones puts the fastest lap of the race in with a 2:02.283. Nicely done, Peter Jones. There he is as he shreds his way through on softs. So, Matej, about 7.5 seconds to make up on Westy. Matej, you led so many laps in this race and had that really nice gap as we saw. Oh, we got a yellow sector 1. It is the 12th place car. Peter Villar out of the pits. He's in trouble. Got it all wrong there. That's probably his cold tire lap. Oh, he's currently in 5th. He didn't lose any positions, did he? Ed Jones is some minute plus ahead of him, so I think he's okay. There are your class leaders, Nick Westy and Roman Granatovich, as we are just about at the 13-minute mark here. And Granatovich coming up on Gilles. Put Gilles yet another lap down. So Granatovich did, in fact, pit. So the gap got cut in half. It was 47. Now it's 23 seconds, I believe, to Tony. There is Tony. So finally, the tire whisperer did get his pit stop in, and I'm sure he got himself some fresh rubber. And that last was a 1:35 on his pit stop lap. And Tony's last lap was a 1:14. That closed that gap to 23 seconds, which is still a lot larger than I thought it was going to be. I really thought this was going to be a closer race. But we do have a really good race here at the tail end with Stephen Winham and Richard Charlesworth battling as Matej is getting through these two. And it looks like Richard's trying to get through. And he does. He puts the pass on. Just gets ahead of Stephen Winham. Or that wasn't Matej. Oh, it was Carl. No. Yeah, that was Carl with Peter Jones and Carl. Here is that battle. There is Fischler just coming out of turn 2. So Freddie Hill goes down another lap. That was Freddie Hill and Carl Middleton getting through those two GTEs that were battling. That was Winham and Charlesworth. Meanwhile, Descabelaire got the gap down to 5. With just down to, we are at the 10 minutes remaining mark in about 30 seconds here. So this is where the rubber hits the road. You can see Westy just ahead. He's closed that gap. We know how fast Matej has been. Does he have enough time on the clock to catch back up? He's going to have to do some amazing driving. Westy's last lap was 2:06, and Matej's last was a 2:03, so that's where the gap got closed. As you can see, it's under 5 now, so Matej is doing some of that driver stuff. And that is Westy just ahead there with the GTE between them. That is Tony Talavitier. So Matej is on a mission. Let's see where we're at here. He's got it under 4. He's into the 3 seconds now, 3.9. So there's nobody between them now. The next GTE in class for these guys to pass the leaders in P1 is going to be Gilles de Silva in the black Porsche. Currently in 15th overall. He is closing in on it. 4.5 seconds is the gap. There is Westy. See Matej back there. That's what 4.3 seconds looks like on track. So Matej was about 4/10 better that last lap than Westy. Their current sectors. Meanwhile, 20 seconds behind this group is Robin Taylor, steadily in 3rd, but not too far behind is Peter Jones, just about 5 seconds back, 5 to 6 seconds back. So with 10 minutes to go, there is a shot there. You can see the difference right there. So Jones could make a bid here. Then Carl, some 9 seconds back. of Peter Jones, currently in 5th. So 3.3 seconds is the gap, and now here comes the traffic. Here comes the traffic with Gilles. The Westie's got the GTE to get around, but luckily it's on the fastest part of the track. Matej looked like he went a little wide there. So they shouldn't have any problem getting through Gilles down this back straight here. $168, those are miles per hour. 170, 172, hard on the brakes. The gap is 2.8 with 6.5 minutes left. He's got to get through Gilles here before they get into the twisties. Gilles got to let him through. Come on. Come on, Matej. There you go. There you go. Nicely done. Okay, there's nothing between these two leaders now. Time is Matej's worst enemy at this point in time. Does he have enough with 6 minutes left to close that 3.5 second gap? Meanwhile, the GTEs are really spread out, as you can see by looking at the track map. Here is Delvitier with Westie? No. What the heck is that? That's Robin Taylor, okay. So third place gets through Delvitier. But here is the race. The pressure is on. It's 2.8 second gap. Does Granatovich have what it takes to catch points leader Westie? This would really, really improve his chances for the championship. If he can just get caught up and get through, take those first place points away from Westie. Gaps back up to over 3 seconds. See what happens in the braking zone here. .2. This is where it starts to come down. I think Matej does pretty good in the twisties. He does have a little bit of damage. We did see him banging off the wall. As you can see, his front end's a little dinged up there. But it looks like it's structurally okay. So Westie is going to be catching up with Granatovich now. That is Roman Granatovich just ahead now. This could help out Granatovich, or Descobler, I mean. Granatovich doesn't need any help. He's got 35-second cushion. As we are just 3.5 minutes remaining. Westie hanging on to it. It's under 2 seconds. I told you. Descobler does really good in the twisties on Westie. You might have the fresher of the two tires. Keep it off the wall. And Granatovich in the Porsche just ahead of Westie there. Keep it from going sideways. Okay, he gets out of the way, but it did help a little bit. It's down under 2 seconds, 1.3. It's got to get around Granatovich to get in that draft. Granatovich has got to let him through. Got a huge gap with Granatovich. No read to hold up. Move it over. There we go. Oh, he lost a couple tenths there. But it's on now. Bataj is in striking distance with 2 minutes and 13 seconds remaining. Wow. That means they have just enough time to cross the line. There's going to be one more lap after this one. It's hold on time for Westy. The rest of the position gaps are huge, so you can see by looking at, oh, that didn't help. And that is Stefan Winham just ahead now. We've got a couple of GTEs. This is really going to close the gap. Oh, and they're through the trickiest section on the track. Let's get through clean, everybody. Let's get through clean. Westies, don't do anything stupid. All right, let him through. Nice job. That's Peter Villar letting them through. Very nicely done to Stefan Winham. Now Winham's in the boat. This is it. This is the race for the finish. Stay on the outside. Nicely done, Stefan. Good job, you guys. Great job by the GTE drivers. As keep it off the wall. As you can see, Westy's just way better exit there. The last tight turn here before they can just floor it. There it is. We're going to cross the line with 1 to go. White flag is out with 42 seconds remaining. There it is. White flag. 1 lap to go. Round 5 at Baku City Circuit. What a race for the finish here. Got that gap back up to 2.5. Does Bataj have anything for him in the twisties? Excuse me. He's got the 6th place car of Philip Fischler in front of him. It might come into play. Fischler's a little bit slower. Fischler's last lap was a 2:05. Westy's lap was in the 2:05s. 9 almost identical, so I think the pace is fine. I don't think he's going to get there. But Bataj is going to have to do something fancy right here. That gap is now 3 seconds. So it looks like Westy just took a deep breath and bared down and just started pushing there to keep this gap out front, as it was down to under a second there on that last straight. But we did see Bataj pinging off the walls a little bit as they head through the castle for the last time. It looks like it's going to be all Westy. As Discobler led the first half of this race up until the first pit stops. The gap is now 3 seconds. It looks like this is it. He's only got a couple turns to go until he's wide open. There is a little bit of traffic ahead, but I don't think it's going to bother Westy at this point in time. As he makes through the last of the tight turns and knits foot to the floor and drive it on home, Nick Westy is going to win round 5 at Baku City Street Circuit. There he goes as he gets around Richard Charlesworth, and he's taking the checkered flag, and there is your round 5 winner, Nick Westy, taking the checkered, winning round 5 of Bataj, 2nd place. Bittersweet podium for Bataj. He really had the car, but look at the damage he's got. He just did not have what he needed at the end there. Meanwhile, Taylor is going to take 3rd, and right behind him, Peter Jones within a second. 3rd and 4th finish with under 2 seconds of each other. Nicely done. Granatovich has taken the 1st place in GTE. Talvitier. Carl Middleton, as guys, it's Donut City. Nicely done, everybody. Fischler's going to take 6th. Nicely done. It's Fischler through that mid-track. Peter Villar, all the guys are finishing up here. What a race, man. That was something else. We still got Joe Brown. He's going to take third place for the GTEs. Hold your ears. Nicely done, Mr. Brown. He's going to take the checkered. There is your third place driver, GTE class. Joe Brown in that BMW. Nice to see that BMW up on the podium in the sea of Porsches. Nicely done. And let's see, sixth place still to cross the line. It's going to be Philip Pichler. Pichler. It was a nice race today, finishing sixth. Well done, Philip. So, wow. There you have it. Wow, that was something else. Let me see if I can get this. Finished session results. Here we go. Nick Westy takes the win. 45 laps, 90 minutes. Matej Descobar in second place. Robin Taylor third. Peter Jones in fourth. Carl Middleton in fifth. Philip Pichler in sixth. And Freddie Hell in seventh. Then first to GTE, we have Roman Granatovich with that epic run. Tony Telvitier in second. Joseph Brown, followed up by Ed Jones, Peter Villar, Richard Charlesworth, Stephen Wyndham, and Gilles De Silva. Those were the last of the finishers, and then the DNFs, Randy Merrick, Nigel Middleton, John Vandergeest, Andrew Harper. What a race today, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. I hope you're able to sit through that. That was some action-packed, crazy business. Not to forget that coming up next is the final race, round 6 at Suzuka. That'll be the 15th of June in 2 weeks' time. I hope to see you there. In the meantime, we have the AMS2 race tomorrow night, the F3s at Laguna Seca. That's a 30-minute sprint. Jump onto that. And then a week from yesterday, we have the LMU GTE or GT3 Masterclass race at Sebring. And the first couple rounds were DLC, and now it's no DLC for the rest of the way with LMU. And we do have a couple of day to night and night to day races coming up in that. So everybody, thanks for joining me. I'm glad you were here today. I hope you got as much excitement out of that race as I did. And we'll see you in 2 weeks at Suzuka. So adios from here on out.